that's recording. And that's recording. Fabulous. Right, let's quickly just get out my sexy cards. Look how professional these are.
Very good.
It's nice and quiet. Okay, hi Martin, how are you today?
Hi,
Are
Athalie.
you good?
Very good, thank you.
Awesome, awesome. It's good to see you again. So just to recap, just check in with you. How have you been over the last couple of days? Been okay?
Stiff.
Nice and fit, stiff. How have you been finding the programme? Because obviously we've incorporated a few sort of different things, haven't we now? And they, have you found that they've sort of made you stiffer, or
No, that's just
them?
the workouts I'm not used to. So,
Yeah, no, sure.
No, it's all been good.
But you've not been feeling any more fatigued or
No,
the normal?
no,
Yes.
quite the opposite, really.
Oh, that's good. Feel quite energised. Excellent, excellent. In fact, before we start, what we'll do is, so do you remember I showed you these a couple of times?
Yeah.
You've sort of been filling these out. So just what we've been doing, haven't we? We've been writing in sort of your fatigue levels and your energy levels, sort of as we've been going along. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do exactly the same. So I just want you to put yourself on a scale. How you feel right now on both our fatigue and our energy scale. So where would you say you are today?
This is absolutely
This is,
shot.
so do you remember this is completely fatigued on the floor. Yeah.
So I'm here.
Brilliant. 3, okay. And how about your energy? How energized do you feel today?
5.
5, good. So we could probably zoop you up a little bit. We'll see how you feel afterwards. Okay, so just to remind you, because obviously we're normally in on group setting, but today we're just going to come in here because it's a little bit quieter. And obviously you're on your own today. There's no friends. They're all outside in the sunshine, aren't they? So what we're going to do, we're in here, but just want to remind you about these toilets are just through the door and in there. So you've got your 3 toilets, okay, if you need them. If for any reason you feel unwell, just let me know. The door's just right there.
Sure.
We don't have fire alarms here, as you're aware, but we do have one massive big shutter. So basically, if we smell smoke, we just dive off in there. Worst case, we just dive through the window. Is there anything else that you think I need to be aware of today? Is there anything? No? Okay. So you've got your water with you, haven't you, over there?
Yeah.
So just take a drink as and when you need to. Do you want me to get you any more water or anything like that?
Fine.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to start off with today, it's there, look, I sort of pointed over there, thinking, I'm sure you put it over there. So what we're going to start off with today is just a nice gentle warm-up, okay? Yeah. We're going to go around a couple of rounds of this. What I want you to do is I want you to do 2 minutes on the bike, okay? And I'll just remind you how to set that up and everything else. Okay. Before you just jump on there, Martin, because I don't think you've used that. Have you used that one before?
No.
Bike? No? So we'll just go through it. Then what we're going to do is just to open up our hips and get those sort of hips moving a little bit. I know that you've walked here, so you're fairly warm. Well, you've walked in, and did a little warm up with those guys. What we're going to do is we're just going to do some med ball cleans. Okay. Yeah. Have you done these before?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the great thing about a med ball clean is it really opens up our hips, but it also can get those sort of glutes and all of our sort of posterior, all of this area working. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take it off the floor, and as we come up into our full deadlift position, we're just going to dive under it, okay? So, show you again, so deadlift, up into extension, and then just drop under it, okay? So we're going to do 6 of those, we're going to do 2 minutes on the bike, 6 med ball cleans, and then we're just going to get our PVC pipe, and I know how much you like to warm up those shoulders, okay? So, wherever you feel comfortable, alright, just taking that PVC pipe behind you, okay? Yeah. So we're just going to do 10 of those, so 2 minutes on the bike, 6 med ball cleans, and then onto our PVC pipe. So this is going to be a little high for you. So when you just jump off for a sec for me, and you see
I think it's okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Best way to do it is always hip onto the seat angle, okay?
Right.
The other thing you can do, I'm not going to do it now because I'm going to be getting in your way, is bottom of the seat, edge of the seat to the handlebars, okay? Right. So that should in theory be the length between your elbow and your fingers. However, obviously, with you, just personal preference, where feels comfy. We're only using it to warm up, get that heart going. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'll start it off for you, just nice and steady. If you want to just put your hands on there, just so you've got a little bit of balance. And then you can just, it's really warm in here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Really get a little bit of sweaty in here. In fact, if I open the door, fantastic. So just nice and chilled. You just want to go super easy, just keep your heart rate up a little bit. In fact, getting warm at this climate, it's a little bit counterintuitive, isn't it? Get very, very warm, very, very warm. So have you been researching the walking football yet? You know, we said last week you were going to have a look at some walking football.
Yeah, it's really popular.
Is it? I've been too inclined to start running. I've got a few of the ladies in the other classes do walking netball, and they say it's when you play netball, your body, when your mind is still going, I'm 21 years old, I can still jump and get that ball.
It's your natural instinct.
But your body's going, no, please don't do that. So, excellent. Let's go for a second, just a bit longer. So what we're going to use, do you remember we use our nice, beautiful colour charts that you always laugh at me at because they're very female. What I want you to do is look on there for me. Where are we at the moment in terms of how much exertion, so how hard we're working. So 20 is right down here, super crazy workout in there, and 6 no exertion as well. So, okay. Just take it down a little bit for me then, because we really, we just want to be around about here. All we want to be doing is getting that heart rate, and I can see that you've got your heart rate monitors on. So do you remember we use our heart rate monitor? For you, we're looking at keeping that heart rate for a warm up around about 150, 120. We don't really want to go much higher than that.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Okay? 20 more seconds and then we'll go into those med ball cleans. What do you think of the bike?
It's different, isn't it? To the
It's not as aggressive as the echo bikes or the sort of bikes. It's more sort of like you could see yourself being on that for quite a long time, whereas those echo bikes are
You could lose some water time on this today, couldn't you?
Yes, definitely. Right, so let's get on med ball clean. So as I say, we're just going to do 6 of those.
So
back nice and straight, that's it, deadlift, and then drive into extension and down. Lovely. Your squats improve. That's it, so up into deadlift. Okay, brilliant. So these next 4, let's just make it a little bit more fluid. So rather than it sort of being a stand and then under, let's just try and be a little bit more fluid underneath it. Like you would do, that's it. Perfect, 3 more. Keep those shoulders back and down, keep that back nice and flat in that deadlift position. 1 more, back nice and flat, that's it. Perfect. Excellent. Now obviously, how, you know, we've been working on things like this for quite a while, so ultimately, if you ever sort of feel, you know, sometimes you come in and we've had a busy, you know, when you've been at work and things and you're feeling a little bit more tired, with this, all you could do is you could just use it as like you were doing, you could just do your deadlift, stop, and then a little mini squat.
Yeah.
With you, because I know that you're pretty confident, we've been working on that balance and things, for you, you really can do it in 1 movement now. Alright, there's no need to do it in sort of 2 movements.
Very good.
What have we done with our PVC pipe? Stolen it from me. So 10 nice pass-throughs for me. And this is what we're really going to be working on, is trying to get those hands a little bit narrower. How's the sort of feeling in the fingers? Because I know you were saying to me before, sometimes your shoulders get a little tight and you find that you get a little bit...
The mobility's then poor, isn't it? But it has been improving actually.
Good. Maybe in one of our sessions what we'll do is we'll sort of work specifically just on that shoulder mobility and sort of almost do some pictures to see if we can sort of see how that progresses, sort of with different types of stretching and range of motion. That's it, fantastic. Good, good, good. Just do 3 more for me. Brilliant. Looking good. Excellent. Now, what we normally do is we'll probably go through that 2 or 3 times, but ultimately, because you are very warm and it is nearly 50 degrees outside, and I can see that you're sort of drifting a little bit, we will go straight onto our stretches, okay?
Cool.
So for you, specifically, stretching is super important, okay? 1, because of range of motion, but 2, just to sort of activate all of those muscle groups. And when we say stretching, we don't necessarily mean we are elongating a muscle. What we mean is we're sort of activating a muscle.
Yeah.
Specifically when we're warming up, it's really important to sort of see that a lot of people kind of poo-poo stretching at the beginning of a session. They kind of think, well, do you know what, it's not, why am I doing it? The way that I see it is it's all part of your warm-up to get yourself primed and ready for going out there or doing our sessions.
Up, yeah.
Exactly. You never see a cat or a dog jumping up without doing some sort of big on stretch, and there's a reason for that. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple of stretches. The first thing I want you to do is just some lunges. Now we've done these many times before. Okay. Do you remember when we first started? We did them holding onto the rig, and you were sort of, you know, oh God, I can't feel, you know, where are these stabiliser muscles? But today, what we're going to do is we're going to do the first few just with our PVC pipe, okay? In front of us, just give us a bit of balance. Swap it over as you swap legs. What I want you to think about when you're lunging is when you come down, all right, into this position, we're really working on range of motion, okay? So do you remember when we first started, we were sort of doing this business?
Yeah.
Now what I want you to do is really get a sort of a nice deep lunge if you can, okay? And that's why we've gone back to using this PVC pipe, okay? So down, and then when we get to this position, we're going to push through our heel in this front foot and just use this as a bit of stabilisation to push us up, okay? And back down, all right?
Okay.
So swap over, down, push through the heel, push through PVC pipe, okay?
Okay.
So if we can do 5 on each leg for me. Brilliant. Just try if you can, just go a little bit further with that leg.
A little bit further.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So at the moment, your back leg is about 120 degrees, and your front leg is a lot narrower. What we're trying to do is we're trying to be 90 in both. Okay. Yeah. And this will also, off camera, this will also help you with your split jump.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 90 degrees in both. So
I want to
see?
There,
so think about keeping your chest up, that's it.
Yeah.
There you go, much better.
Okay.
Yes. Do you see the difference there?
Yeah.
Yeah? So that's what we're aiming for, 90 and 90, the weight balance. Keep that chest up, keep that head up, and now we can just speed it up a little. So let's just do 3 more in each leg. Keeping that chest up, perfect. That's looking loads better. All that will also do is engage those quad muscles a little more, but it will balance you for when you're doing things like overhead, especially as I would imagine your bar's probably here rather than back
where it
here,
should be.
Where it should be. Okay, next one we're going to do is wall walk. So what I want you to do is, we'll use this wall, we might be slightly off camera but not to worry. So wall walk, all we're going to do is we're going to start with our hands nice and flat on the wall, and all we're going to do is walk ourselves down till we get to a comfortable position where we can still keep our wrist flat on the wall. Okay?
Yeah.
The reason we do this is really good for our forearms, and that's one of the areas that we tend to lose strength quite quickly.
Yeah.
But you think about how many times a day we're trying to use that forearm. Actually, you could use that wall, that'd be fab. Just watch your hands on that wall.
So I'm starting like so.
Just a little bit higher, because again, we don't know what your mobility is like. And then just walk yourself down a little bit until you feel that your hands can no longer go, your wrists can no longer go flat. So try and keep your arms straight for me. So we're probably not going to go that far because of those shoulders. So just jump back a minute and I'll show you again. So start here, nice and tall, and then you can actually walk back if you want with your feet a little, but keep your arms straight. So if I was here, then I could go a lot lower, but just keep those arms straight because we're trying to develop strength all the way through those arms and our shoulders. That's it. Perfect. That's far enough, Martin. Can you feel that in your wrists?
Yes.
Is one wrist slightly more sort of tighter than the other?
No, they're both pretty tight.
Cool. And then just walk up again for me. So we're going to walk up and down twice more for me. We'd probably do this 5 or 6 times in our stretch circuit, but we'll just do it a couple of times now. I'm just going to get the band. That's it. So just once more for me. And up. Nice shoes, by the way. We're matching. You've got the boys' shoes, I've got the girls' shoes.
Courtesy of Ryan buying the wrong size.
Oh, is that what they were? Yeah, they're really cool.
Woo!
Okay, so this one, all right, we're going to take very slowly. Have got the lightest band, but you can actually buy bands, TheraBands, that are even lighter than this, okay? But this one is going to be a great one for your shoulders, alright? And also just opening up that chest. Especially now we've gone back to a day job, which is sort of sat at a desk, and you're not sort of moving around as much as you used to. What you'll probably tend to find is these chest muscles are going to get quite tight because you're like this all the time, okay? So what we're really going to try and do now is just open up those shoulders a little bit, okay? Now, the best way to do this is pop in your band, and you can do this at home as well if you want to.
Yeah.
Pop your band about sort of head height or eye height. So what we're going to do is, without any tension, so here is fine, or I'm just going to turn so the camera can see us. So without any tension on our band, what we're going to do is we're going to take it roughly about sort of head width, and we're just going to pull back to the face, okay? Now, if that's quite easy, all we do is we just step back, okay, and pull. Now, what you'll tend to find is if you go too far, you'll end up sort of doing this and engaging all the bigger muscles. What we're trying to do is just work this back, and what that's doing is it's opening up those shoulders. This will be a fab one to put into your warm-up out there. Okay? There's some alternatives as well, but we're gonna, when we do that sort of shoulder section, we'll go through it. Okay? So, that's it. So rotation, stand up nice and tight, nice and squeeze those bum muscles together. Get that nice tummy nice and tight. That's it, and just back. So we're just gonna do 6 to 8 of these. How tough is that?
It's okay.
Yeah? Good.
I'm going to move back a bit.
If you want to, if that looks fine, you're leaning a little, so just keep those shut. That's it. Just go through there. Can you feel that sort of opening and opening up? It's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah. And then the reverse of that is where you sort of almost do the opposite, but the band is pulling us back. Yeah. So that's also like the two kind of opposites is really, really good. Okay, last thing we're going to do is we're just going to do a wall stretch. Here, we can do this on the rig as well. You've probably seen that before. So on the rig, what we would do is we would just put our elbow and our sort of forearm against the rig, and we just turn. You've seen that before? Yeah. That's another one, great one for opening the chest. What we're going to do here is we're going to put our hand on, and we're just going to turn, okay? But we want to try and keep the body as straight as we can, yeah? So we can sort of do this, but we want to try and keep fine, parallel to the wall. I'm just going to turn as much as I can until I can feel it in that chest. Okay. Just be super careful with this one because I know how fragile your shoulders are. So you're just going to turn yourself. That's it. You feel that? Yeah. Hold it for a count of 10 to 15. Now you'll notice quite a lot of stretches. Do you see what I'm saying? They're not what we call traditional holding stretches. They're more activation. So we are trying to increase the range of motion through some sort of tension as opposed to just this, which is holding an extended position.
That's really good from the golf.
Yes, definitely. So other side for me. T-shirts looking smart, by the way.
Yeah, they're nice, aren't they?
They are really nice, really nice. How's the heart rate doing? How are we at? Oh, nice and low. 92. Perfect. That's it. Try and keep that arm straight for me. That's it. Okay, cool. Right, just while I'm explaining the workout for you today, just a few pass-throughs for me, just to open up those shoulders, see how they feel. See if they feel any better.
Yeah.
Still,
they're more loose than they were.
Yeah. So much more stuff we can do on that. That's like a little dip in the little needle in the haystack, so to speak. Okay, so what we're going to do for strength today is we are going to do, now we've been progressing through the all of our squat sequences, okay? What we're going to do today is we're going to do some box squats, but we're going to see if we can weight those box squats today. Okay. So do you remember last week we were focusing on really kind of keeping that chest nice and tall, sitting on the box and then driving up. So nice and tall, sitting on the box, then driving up. What we're going to do in our first set today is try and avoid that drop. to the box.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're going to just touch it and then come back up. Okay? So it's going to be down and up.
So I'm not taking the weight off.
Down and up. No. Okay?
Yeah.
The reason for this is it's going to keep all of those muscles, so our quads, our hamstrings, our butt, all of those things switched on, but most importantly, keep these adductors and these glute medius on.
Yeah.
Because you know when you squat quite a lot of the time, we have that sort of internal knee going on. A lot of that's to do with these muscles here, but also adductors as well. Sometimes because they're tight, sometimes just because they say, do you know what, I'm not interested in working today. Okay, so we're going to try and get them working, and this is a great drill for that. So let's just have a little look. Okay. So just do your first few for me, just so you can find your foot position. Okay. You probably might need to go a little wider than normal. Yeah.
Okay.
The only reason being is because it's a bit of a it's probably a lower squat than we've done before with having the box there.
Yeah, yeah.
It just makes it feel a little more comfortable if we've got our feet a little wider. Okay? And we can turn our feet out as well, that's fine. As we drive up from the box, what I want you to be concentrating on is pushing those knees out. Okay? This one, just sit on the box for me. Sit on the box. Right, from there, I want you to try and stand, keeping that chest upright. So you're not going to touch my chest. That was it, yeah, no, good try, good try. Let's try again. Can you see, now what's happening there is you're switching on the big muscles, but not those.
And not using the momentum.
Yeah. Well, no, we don't want to use momentum. No. Okay, so ready, just try again, up, up, up. Yes, that was better. What did you do differently then? Did you think about squeezing?
Yeah, I just thought about loading up the feet and pushing the floor away.
Awesome. Right answer. Let's go again. Let's go 3 more like that. Good. That was perfect. Awesome. Very good. Let's go 2 more like that. Good. That was really good. You've got it now. So what's happening is your brain is now going, oh, do you know what? To stop me from falling over, I actually need to use some of these muscles that are going to help me keep a nice upright position when I'm out there. Okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to do, we would normally be doing sort of 3 sets of around 10 to 12. We'd load them. We're just going to do 1 set, okay, for the purpose of the camera. The first 5 we're going to do as we've just done, but with no stop. So down, straight up, exactly as you've just done. We're then going to do 5 with our goblet, just to show how you could potentially load this, and obviously how we would normally load this. Okay, so exactly the same.
Can I keep my hands up there?
If you feel comfortable doing that, if it helps you to balance a little bit. That's it. Good, keep that chest up for me. That's loads better. And what you'll find is the more you do this, your bum will really start to ache a little. And it's weird, it's all of these little things where, you know, you'll go out there sometimes and you'll see me doing all of these crazy sort of movements and accessories, and people are going, well, what's she doing? She just looks like she's lying on the floor. And then you try them and you're like, wow, when you do these properly, you can actually switch on some pretty, you know, important muscles. And it's like when it gets too heavy for me when I'm squatting, what happens is this.
Come in.
Rather than that. And as soon as you push those knees out, it's like, oh, wow, you shoot up. But the movement patterns need to be there. That was good. Right, let's try with the
one of these.
Just if I pass it to you, so easiest way to hold this is just in our goblet position. Okay, so we're just going to hold it here. In fact, I'll show you before we go on. So in our goblet here, you just take a drink for me. Down and up. First few, if you feel more comfortable, just stop and then drive up, and then let's look for that just touching the box and coming straight up. Okay? If I put that on there, it'll be easier to get into that position. Perfect.
Wide again.
Yes. Nice and wide, that's going to help you engage. That's it. Does that feel differently to how we've been squatting?
Yeah, it does.
Can you sort of pinpoint what's different? Keep that chest up for me. Just realise how tanned your legs are.
It's cough.
Good stuff. That's really good. Well done, keep that chest up. Excellent. One more for me. Good. And the other great thing, okay, if you just turn around and pop the, the other great thing about these sort of movements is they will, the more you do them, the more they will switch things on for when you're doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And also, it's sort of the thing you can practice at home. So like, I know it sounds daft, but sitting on your settee, sitting on, you know, the chairs, whenever you go to a seated position, that's our go-to, okay? So what we would normally do is we would do a couple more sets of that.
Yeah.
So we would probably go for, as I said, 3 sets of 10 to 12, just with a little bit more loading. And ultimately what we can do with that is the more confident you get, the more we can load it.
Sure.
When you get more confident, we can even possibly go on to using a barbell. Because as soon as you put a barbell, you're changing. You were saying to me, I want my hands here. As soon as you change where your hands are, that completely changes where the weight is and ultimately where your body wants to be. So it is quite a big progression, even though it doesn't seem like it. Okay. Right, we're going to move on to our main workout now. You'll be pleased to know. So we're going to do a little bit of a sort of circuit. Okay. Our circuit has 4 movements in it. All right. And what we're trying to do here is just keep a nice, steady pace. So we're looking at, on our RPE, our lovely colourful chart that you love, we're looking at keeping around about here, so in between sort of moderate and somewhat hard, okay? That's our sort of 12-ish is where we want to be. So I'm more concerned today about, some of these movements are new to you, so I'm more concerned about the range of motion that we're going for than how particularly hard we're pushing, okay? But we want to keep it, you know, keep that heart rate up to about 140 max, and then keep that RPE around there. Okay. In fact, what I'll do is I'll pop our little RPE sheet in there. You can see it. Okay. So our movements. The first thing we're going to do is our box step ups. Now, I have tested it. Right. We'll go a little bit over because of the. We're pretty similar height, aren't we? So we should. We'll just be careful on that first one. Don't really want your head going through the ceiling today. So what we're going to do on our first one is our box step-ups, okay? Now, do you remember when we first started, we'll be using our height to sort of get on, whoa, and then get down. Today, we're going to bin that, okay? Because we've done quite a few on bumpers. This here is about 14, in fact no, 16 inches. So this is our kind of next step up, alright? You feel comfortable doing it without the height? You sure you don't want to have a go?
No, I'll be fine.
Okay, key things we're thinking about with our box step ups is when we step on, exactly like we did on our lunges, weight driving through the heel. Trying to keep our chest up if we can, okay? What I don't want to see is this, alright? Because what we end up doing is using our back to get us up rather than these things, okay? These are far more valuable, and ultimately our back's pretty damn valuable. These are more valuable in exercising, and our back's pretty valuable to us in everyday life. We don't want to overload it and get ourselves into any difficulty. So, straight on, straight up, okay? And we're going to alternate our legs. So right goes up, right goes down, left goes up, left goes down, okay? So just do a few of those for me. Try and keep those feet. So you can pop the other foot on, that's it. And then right down, that's it. Left up, right down, perfect. So we're just going to alternate those feet. When you come down off the box, you do what a lot of people do with one leg and not the other. So your left leg, you go up nicely, and you go down nicely with that right leg. Watch what happens with the other one. So you go up, and then you go like that.
Do I?
Yeah, you turn it.
Right.
That's your right foot, you drive with your, and do you know what, if you just come out here for me a second, just, no, don't jump, just do a couple of air squats, just naturally. Don't think about your feet, just do a couple of natural air squats. Okay? Not too bad, but when you first stood there, what you did was this. See how that right foot is turned out further than the left foot? Do you know what I think that's what causes that? Is driving.
Okay.
because your foot is constantly under tension in that position.
Yeah.
You don't put your foot straight, do you?
No,
You always have it on a slight angle.
Yeah.
So just be aware of it. When we're bringing
Yeah.
the right foot down, try and bring
Try
that
and keep
right
it in
foot
line.
down
Okay.
straight. Okay?
Yeah.
Also help with your ankle mobility as well. Nearly. You were thinking about it, I can see you. That was better.
I
Yeah?
had to think
You
about
had to really think about that then, didn't you? Good job. Okay. Perfect. Now, we're also going to progress our push-ups today, and we're going to use the box as well.
Okay.
So, we've been doing them with that low position
Yeah.
on the wall, okay? What I want us to try today is off the box, okay? So, we'll go this way round. We're going to put our hands on the edge of the box. Remember, keep those shoulders back and down. We're going to go down to the box and back up. Whoop,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And back up, okay? Try a few for me to start with. Try and keep that head nice and neutral, so don't look up or down, just in a nice neutral position. Try and keep the foot there. Can you keep those hands flat?
So, like so.
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah.
You can put them on the edge of the box. How does that feel?
That's okay.
Yeah? We're going to be doing 8. Yeah? Good. Okay, don't waste them. Don't waste them. You can relax now.
Okay.
Yeah? That's just going to make it a bit spicy.
Yeah.
If they start to get a little snaky or that you start to really feel it here,
Yeah.
what we'll do is we'll alternate between here and the wall.
Okay.
Just to keep
Yeah.
you sort of, we don't want you, we're going to be working for 10 minutes. We don't want you
Yeah.
to burn out too quickly.
Fine.
We're then going to do 6 ring rows. In fact, we have to move this over a little bit. So, our ring rows, nice little body exercise. Again, we're going to be using that core, that tension. Have you done these before?
Yes.
Yeah? So, we're going to make it, I want you to bring in fact, you've got a nice line here to work off. We're going to put our feet in the line, we're just going to lean ourselves back, and then we're just going to pull in and back.
Keeping your feet flat.
Keeping those feet flat, okay?
Okay.
Let's have a look at that to start with. If that's easy, then what we'll do is we'll just go a little bit further in to the wall. So lean yourself back, keep everything nice and tight, looking up. Good. Those are solid. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, okay. What we'll do then is we'll just take a step in. So take about 2 foot in.
There.
Yeah.
Keeping the feet flat on the floor.
Keeping the feet flat, making sure those shoulders stay activated so we don't just drop the body weight at the bottom. That's it, one more for me. Just keep that, so we're going to there. So the arms extended. Yeah, so just so you don't, do you see what I mean? So we're not dropping.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
And stand yourself up. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Getting a lot better at that. Do you remember when you first started?
Yeah,
we had to come behind you and hold you on. Okay, and the last thing we're going to do is our farmer's walk. Alright? So let's just get ourselves in a bit of a solid position. It's a little small in here. So what we're going to do is, do you remember we've been working on that double kettlebell deadlift?
Yeah.
Okay, just come in a little bit so you can see. Exactly the same with our farmer's carry, okay? Your wife will love this one because we can carry the shopping bags, or girlfriend will love this one, carry the shopping bags. So, down into our deadlift, pick up the kettlebells. Really want you to think about when you're in this position here, shoulders back and down, alright? None of this business, okay?
Yeah,
Again, because we're working on those shoulders. So from here, we're just going to walk, and we probably do 2 lengths. We're going to do 4. Okay, and we're just going to walk, turn. You can change the way you turn if you wish. 4 lengths. When you drop the kettlebell, make sure we're not just on the floor. Again, down into that deadlift position.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, happy?
Yeah.
Perfect. So, can you remember the numbers?
Okay.
Without looking at the board. How many box step-ups?
6, 8, 10.
10. 8 push-ups.
Yeah.
6 ring rows, and then we're going to go for 4. Oh, there we go. Works out, isn't it? 10, 8, 6, 4.
Yeah.
We're going to go for 10 minutes.
Okay.
We're going to go for 10 minutes. And what I want you to do is after every round, I want you to just have a quick look at that heart rate, okay?
Yeah.
We want nice, controlled, steady movement.
Sure.
There's no rush. We are just literally working on the range of motion here, keeping that heart rate above 120, below 140. Okay?
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start the imaginary clock. Okay, are we ready? 3, 2, 1, off we go. Remember that foot position? That's it. And alternating. You're doing it with your left foot now.
Oh.
That's because you're thinking too hard.
I'm only thinking about the right one.
Yeah. Good work. Keep that chest nice and upright. Yeah, that's looking good. I can see you concentrating. Or is that your brain up in here? You know, your brain going.
Looking for a place to live.
Yeah. Okay. You've lost count now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Just do one more on each foot. Good work. That's it. And steady down and onto our push-ups now. So remember, hands flat on the edge of that box for me. Keep nice and straight. Keep that core nice and engaged for me. Squeezing the belly button in. Just keep that head a little upright, a little. There you go. That's better. We don't want it sort of looking down. So 8 of these. Squeezing those butt cheeks together. Brilliant. Walk yourself forward. Fantastic. As you get more tired, just make sure as you come off there, you walk your feet on while you still get your hands on the box.
Okay.
Right, 6 quality ring rows now, Martin. That's it. Arms to extend. That's it, good job. One thing you can do to progress these is actually do them in a full script. You won't worry about that too much now. That's it. Start to get spice after a while, don't they? So our pull-ups, our pushing is obviously working one way. Pull-ups is the opposite. So we're doing a bit pushing, bit of pulling, okay? Now onto our farmer's walk. Down into your deadlift. That's it, lovely. It's like you've done that before, Martin. Shoulders back and down. You're obviously used to walking up and down Oxford Street with shopping bags.
I hope not.
Just let your arms relax a little.
Is that
and
a
make sure, yeah, so the arms are hanging, it's the shoulders that are engaged that are keeping the weights by your side. Okay? Looking straight forward, that's it. Great stuff. And back. Excellent. Down into your deadlift. Beautiful deadlift. Okay, one more, let's go again. Heart rate for me, let's see. Brilliant, 137. Excellent. So onto our step-ups. So that's just over 2 minutes for that round. So that's a great pace and our heart rate is bang on where we want it to be. Good job. Perfect. Looking good. Great stuff, Martin. Yeah, I think you've nailed those feet now. You're thinking about it. You only need to do it a few times and then your body just goes, oh yeah, that feels more comfortable. Okay, onto our push-ups. So keep that head nice and neutral for me. Good stuff. Yeah, they're looking good. You're strong in that position. You've massively improved since when we started. I think a lot of it's just switching everything back on, isn't it? From the period of time that you weren't doing much.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, into our ring rows. Let me just 1 second. Someone's just decided to. There we go. That's it. Good. Keep it nice and controlled on the way down. That's it. Remember, tempo and range of motion is what we're looking for. We can get a heck of a lot of strength with it and work out if you're doing things a little slow. Okay, farmer's walk. Down into your deadlift. Excellent, and off we go. Shoulders back and down. Brilliant. Good. Well done. Last 2. Fabulous. Okay, heart rate for me. Excellent. Just to let me, where are we on the list?
Yeah.
Whereabouts? Fantastic. Bang on, 11, 12. Excellent. So we would normally go on for about about 10 minutes. Obviously, for the purpose of the video, we're going to stop it there. All right.
Sure, okay.
Couple more things we've got to do. We're just going to go through some pelvic floor. Okay. And we've been doing these pelvic floor exercises. How have you been getting on with these at home?
Not very well.
Not very well. Is that just not having much time to do them, or kind of forgetting to do them? What's the TV program that you like watching? What you didn't watch?
Sport.
Sport. Nothing that you watch regularly.
Not really.
No. Do you watch the news?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Whenever you watch the news, I want you to do one of your pelvic floor exercises. Okay? So
Yeah.
literally, you can be TV there, you can be doing it while you're watching the news.
Yeah.
Okay, that way, all it will be is a trigger for you to go, oh, boom.
Yeah.
Need to,
Gotcha.
you need to do that.
Sure.
You're right for time, we
Yeah.
are. Yeah. Perfect. So, let's go through them again, because I know sometimes it's sort of tricky to sort of remember exactly what we're going to be doing. You alright? Let's just see what that heart rate's. So at 118, okay, we'll be good. You've got the same one as me, look. Very similar, isn't it?
Shoes and watch.
It's just like, what watch?
Shoes and watch.
Oh no, God. Reading, man.
Stop.
You're copying me. Okay, so our circuit, we're going to do 3 different exercises, okay? Just want you to be a little bit, we probably have a little bit more rest. We'll get a drink before we start, and just tell me if you're kind of feeling dizzy or anything, or you want to kind of take it a little slower. We probably have a little bit more rest in between finishing your workout and doing these, but I know that you've got to get on. So the first exercise we're going to work on is something called a dead bug. All right.
Right.
You've been doing these at home, or have you tried them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is a great one for working on all of that sort of pelvic floor area. All right, which obviously from all of the gubbins and things that's gone on, that's really what we need to try and kind of get tight again. Okay. So what we're going to do is, hoping that the video can catch me. Nice, slowly down onto the floor, okay, so just progressive down onto the floor. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to lie back, and we're going to pop our arms in this position here, okay, and our feet up. Now do you remember when we first started, you had your feet down on the floor?
Yeah.
And we were just kind of working on just engaging those core muscles, those tummy muscles. Now what we need to do is we're going to pop our feet up, okay. We're going to start the first round just by lowering one leg and then the other leg. Now, anybody could do this, all right? Easy.
Yeah.
The trick with this is to really push your lower back into the floor, and this will be really good for your toes bar. Push your lower back into the floor, and then keep that lower back pushed into the floor at the same time that you lower that leg. Now, I've just done 3. I can feel that burning.
Yeah.
Okay? You know if you're doing it right, because you should be able to feel it almost within 4 to 5 reps. Alright?
Yeah.
If that feels okay, what we can progress it to is actually taking opposite arm, opposite leg, and back. But look how slowly and controlled I'm doing that, and the key thing I'm thinking about is pushing that lower back into the floor.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that's our first one. I'll show you all of them, because then we can go through it in a little circuit. The second one is just our glute bridge. Okay, where very similar position, hands down by our side, and we're just going to push those hips up. Now, if like me, you did some squats yesterday.
Yeah.
That bum ain't going to get very high because my hip flexors are super tight. But we're just going to push those hips up, squeezing those glutes. We're going to hold it for 10 seconds, and then we're just going to lower, okay? Things I want you to think about here are, again, when you start off to engage, push that lower back into the floor and raise from there. So rather than just kind of pushing those, push the lower back in to engage, get the pelvis in the right position, and then we're going to drive those hips up. Okay, we can progress this, and we will do by putting our feet on the box, by lifting our feet, but for the time being, that's what we're going to do. Okay, and our last one is our Russian twist, where we're going to take our kettlebell, feet flat on the floor or slightly elevated, whichever you feel most comfortable with. That will give you a little bit more help, because your feet are obviously balancing you, and You
Yeah.
can sort of push off them a little bit. So ideally we want our feet here, and all we're going to do is we're just going to turn the kettlebell from side to side.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I want you to try and stay on the floor for the whole, so we don't want to be getting up and down and up and down,
sure.
because I don't want to be flying around with your blood pressure, okay? Especially in this heat. So we're going to do everything on the floor, stay on the floor, we have our rest. We're going to go through that circuit 3 times with roughly 60 to 90 seconds in between. But we'll see how we go, okay? We'll see how you feel with that, all right? So I'll leave the kettlebell here. So first one we're going to do is our dead bug. So gradually onto the floor for me. That's it. So lie yourself down. Before we do anything, just push that back
into the floor.
Into the floor. Keep your head on the floor as well. Push that back into the floor. Now, you see how I can't get my hand under there?
Yeah.
Right? Spot on. So, arms up. Yeah. Keep that back pushed into the floor. It's trickier than it looks, isn't it? Push that back into the floor. Bring that one up for me. And right leg. Push that back down, push that back down. Good. And we're going to do 5 on each leg if we can.
Alternate or?
Yeah, alternate. Push that back into the floor. That's it. Can you feel it yet?
Yeah.
It's amazing how when you actually do some of these exercises properly, it's like, oh, okay, this is what they're on about.
It looks easy, doesn't it? But
Yeah. Keep those legs a little higher if you can. Just your knee up a little bit higher. So this, that's it. Good. There we go. Okay, these last 2, let's just try and alternate those arms for me. So there you go. Good. How does that feel?
yeah, it's good.
Okay, and back. Back with your arm. That's it. And then last one. Great. Okay, good. Your heart rate's gone down now, you're lying on the floor. Very favourite position at mine. Okay, and relax there. Okay, next one is our glute bridge. So same again, we're going to try and go into these exercises one after the other with limited rest. So again, back into the floor, push that back down, and then raise those hips up. That's it. We're going to hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.5, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower slowly. Back down first. Good stuff. Okay, slowly sit yourselves up. Sit yourself up. Okay, kettlebell. That's it. So you can have your feet as they are, or you can just put them at a slight angle. I might find whichever's easiest for you. So very gentle twist, first few, because you've not done this exercise before. Just first few, nice and slowly.
On the floor, tap it on the
Tap
floor.
it on the floor. That's it. And come round, and we're going to do 10 of those in total. As you get the movement, you can go a little bit faster and increase that range of motion. Oh, where's that today? That's it. Great job. That feel okay? No tightness,
No, that's fine.
tenderness? Brilliant. Okay, and rest there, 60 seconds. So, as I said, we normally go through this about 3 times, okay, but we'll sort of, purpose of the video, I think we've seen enough. Those would be great for you at home, okay? So, when you're watching the news, pick one of those, do it so that you can, that's easily getting you 6 sets in a week without even thinking about it, okay? Right, are we ready to just cool down?
Yeah.
Yeah? How are we feeling?
Yeah, good.
How's the heart rate doing? Perfect. Okay, pop yourself on the bike then. We'll just go for a nice, casual 2 to 3 minutes. So what I've also done for you guys, is when we're in our classes, and there's a few more of us, what I've done is all the exercises that we've done today, I've put into some cards, so that when you see them on the floor, and there's a few more of us, all of the things we've talked about today, we've kind of got in here. Okay? Obviously I'm going to be around, so I'll be able to watch and sort of change things up a little bit. But effectively, it'll just give you, I remember. Yeah? In fact, you can be my body for some of these. So just every sort of 30 seconds, we're just going to take that cadence, that rest the minute down a little bit. That's it. So another alternatively, we could do this for a little longer, depending on if you had a bit more time, then we could just, you know, sort of gradually. But I know you're going off to play a little bit of golf now, so you can, that could be your cool down, so to speak. That's it. Another minute or so. How do you find that? How did you find some of the exercises today? So I know you changed them up a little bit.
Yeah, I've become more proficient.
Yeah? And how's the balance? Because we've taken away quite a lot of your stability in terms of the balance. But I think you're ready for that. I mean, certainly with those box squats, do you remember when we...
I was poor.
I mean, this is a sort of, you know, it's kind of like...
Yeah.
But look how far you've come. Massive improvement. And, you know, it won't be long before you're, you know, smashing those out. Okay, last 30 seconds, and then we'll just do a few stretches just to finish it off. So, on our little fatigue and energy chart, where are we right now?
I'm okay, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So about pretty much where you were, slightly higher than you were before,
Right,
feeling
slightly
okay?
up, yeah.
And how energized do you feel?
Yeah, I feel fine, yeah.
Yeah? A little bit higher than we were?
Yeah, I think
Brilliant,
so.
fantastic. Feeling better than before you came in?
Yeah.
Well, that's all we can ask for, isn't it? Give you the best hour of your day. Brilliant. Okay, steady how you get off. We're just going to go through a few little stretches.
Okay, yeah.
And then I will let you go and you can get off to golf. Alright? So first thing we're going to do is just, because we've done quite a lot of pushing and pulling, we're just going to do a few stretches just for our chest. So do you remember when we started off on the wall? We're just going to do that one again. We're going to hold it for 15 seconds on each side. Okay? Exactly the same, just so that you can feel it through. Just turn yourself slightly towards me. Perfect. We're over time. It's just coming up to quarter to.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got about 2 minutes? Yeah, perfect. Fantastic. So 5 more seconds. And then change arms. Brilliant. Nice and relaxed, that's it. Just try and breathe through it as well. It's amazing, since I've been doing yoga with Ness, breathing through the stretches and things, especially when she gets you in these weird and wonderful positions, and you sort of think, well, never knew my body could get into this position. Makes a massive difference.
You tend to want to hold your breath, don't you?
You want to hold your breath, and you're like, it actually makes it worse.
Yeah.
Makes it worse. Okay, next one we're going to do is we're going to just work on hamstrings. But what I want you to do first of all is I want you to imagine that your vertebrae are like one little click each time, and we're just going to very, very gently let those arms get nice and loose, and we're going to be like a rag doll, and we're just going to loosen each one of those vertebrae one at a time until we get as low as we can. Let that head just drop as well. Let everything relax. Keep the legs straight. Soft knees. Is that as far as you can go?
Yes.
Gosh, we need to work on those hamstrings.
They're not piano.
Let that head drop for me. Okay, what I want you to do now is just come up to here. For you, you might want to go up onto your knees. Drop onto your knees here. That's it, just above your knees. That's it, and then we're just going to drop that head again, and we're just going to let it hang. That's it, gone a little further, that's good. So it looks like you're quite tight in this thoracic area, so that's one thing we can work on, which will give you a little bit more, well, it will stop you having any of those back issues when you're sat working, because obviously that's the last thing we want to have. That's it. Okay, this time just gradually come up. Okay, hamstring one again. We're going to put that leg out in front of us, and we're just going to come down. Okay? Just want you to come down. Now, sometimes people will have you holding that position, as in holding a hamstring. I just want you to do it nice and slowly, because I know obviously you're going to go off and do a little bit more walking now. So we're just going to do 5. Nice and controlled. Push that opposite knee out, so this right knee.
Put it out there?
Yeah. At the moment, not too much, just so it's over your toe. It was just because it was coming in like this.
Oh, I see.
You look like an 80-year-old woman. Enough said. Okay, and swap legs for me. Now you look like you're just feeling your own leg. Just sweep. That's it. Do you feel that in your hamstring, or do you feel that in your back? You
No,
don't?
hamstring.
Okay. So yeah, we definitely need to work on those hamstrings a little bit. That's it. Good. Okay. So we're going to do now. I know that we've talked about the couch stretch, and this is one that you can practice at home, where we're just going to pop our foot on and go down into our lunge position. Yeah.
Okay.
Stretch our quad.
Yeah.
Because this floor's quite hard, I want you to try and maybe have a play at that at home when you've got cushions in the sofa. Okay.
Okay.
It's called the couch stretch.
Yeah.
Because you can literally do it
Yeah.
on the couch.
Yeah.
Okay. For now, what we're going to do is we're just going to hold on to our rig. We're just going to take in between our ankle and our toes, and we're just going to try and push, keeping that knee level with our other knee. We're just going to bring our ankle up to our butt. So I want you to turn 15 to 20 seconds on each. That's it. Try to grab your ankle bone. That's it. Look straight ahead. Perfect. Feel that?
Yeah.
See, your hamstrings are super tight. My quads. See, I can't get my legs straight like that. Something in here does not want to.
That pulls like that.
Does it? You feel it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Swap over. So just turn yourself around. That's it. Excellent. Okay, last thing we're going to do, very last one, is we're just going to hold the side of this. Another great stretch for you. Do it very, very carefully though.
Okay.
Here, feet are going to be in line with the rig, so we're sort of sideways on. And all we're going to do is just try and pop our head through here. Really good for the obliques, but also super good for shoulders. Okay. I want to see where we're at with this because I think this might be something that could be really, really good for your mobility. So before you put your hands on, get yourself in the position. Okay. So feet. That's it. You might need to go a little closer.
Right.
So hands on, a little bit like you're going to do human flag. That's it. Where do you feel that? In there. Okay. Just come a little bit further away. Just turn that head slightly. You feel it here still? Yeah. Okay, good. So the aim with that, if you just work through sort of 3 or 4 times, so head through. That's it. Again, like I said, I'm not a massive fan of static stretching. I think there's a place for it, but I think here it's actually better to do some sort of movement through there. Okay. One more on the side for me. So feet in the position first, just come a little bit further forward.
Is it like that?
So imagine you're diagonal. So we're here.
Yeah.
And there. So come.
There.
Yeah, that's it. But walk forward for me. Just walk a step forward.
Sorry.
That's it. That's all right. And now head through. See, that side looks low tighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we all
So
one
just
side of it. Got
move.
flames in as well.
Yeah, it will be. You do play these daft games.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, 3 more. So this is certainly this is the new one we've added in this week. So this is certainly something we can work to, isn't it?
Definitely.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to show you, I say perfect all the time. So when something is flipping perfect, you'll go, oh, I'll have to come up with a new word. What we're aiming for with this, and I'm not particularly good, is see how my arms are straight. Yeah. And as I say, I'm not particularly great at this stretch. That's what we'd be aiming for to get those shoulders a little bit more mobile. Okay? Right, before we jump off, our shoot off. So this is our programme where we're at the moment. So this is our session here, so we're in week 8. We're doing fantastic. I think you should be super, super proud of yourself if you think about where we come from week 1. Okay?
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the whole programme?
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
really enjoying it. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I think one of the things we talked about was potentially getting involved with the whole walking football. So I think that's perhaps something we can consider maybe starting in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like you to end the programme really having some more sort of external things to do. The programme here has been fantastic, and I mean I know you've met quite a lot of the guys, and you chaps do some of your walking and things together and your golf. But it'd be really cool to have more of those activities because you're more likely to do them. I know what the boys are like, more likely to do them. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions about today? Any feedback? Anything that you want to sort of go through?
No,
Happy with
great,
everything
thanks.
else?
Yeah.
Excellent. You kept well within your working zones. Heart rate was cool. I think high five.
Okay.
So
Till next
distance,
time.
high five. Until next time. Thank you very much, Martin. Make sure you drink
Thank you,
plenty
I will.
for the rest of the day, especially if you're going to be out in that ridiculous heat. I can't believe you've got a jacket with you.
Yeah, it's only about to hold the phone.
Take care.
Thank you, Athley. Bye bye.